Hey guys. Okay, so this one shouldn't take too terribly long. We're going to upgrade, or better yet, update Bootstrap to its latest version. There's a few minor changes. They changed some of the class names. But other than that, that's pretty much it. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing you need to do, go to getbootstrap.com, click on Get Started, and then right here in this CSS box where it says copy, we're going to copy it. We're going to go to our code, and in boilerplate.ejs, the link for Bootstrap, we're going to replace it with the new one. We can actually get rid of this Bootstrap custom file input. This is no longer supported. Once they moved out of the alpha beta stage, they stopped support for that JavaScript plugin. And we're going to come down to the JavaScript section, and we're just going to copy this one here. It's the bundle file, which it basically bundles the popper and Bootstrap, so we don't have to have two different script imports. So what we can do is down here on these two, where it's pulling in popper and the Bootstrap alpha, we can just replace it with the one. Save it. And when you go to your site, it's going to mess it up a little bit. And it's pretty easy if you look at it. What it's doing is, if we go to our console, it's blocking it because we're trying to pull from the CDN for jsdeliver.net for the script source. So let's go take a look at app.js and see if that's there. So if we scroll up to where we got our script sources, we can actually get rid of stack path. And right here, we can actually copy this CDN and then replace in the style source. We can actually replace that stack path one with this. Save it, go back, and we should be good to go. Let's close out of this. I'm actually going to make this a little bit bigger so you guys can see. The home page is pretty easy as well. So we're going to do the same thing. We can close out boilerplate and app.js. If we click on home, we got to replace the same thing. So over here back in Get Bootstrap, we'll copy the CSS. We'll copy that one. And then we'll come back over. We'll grab the bundle. And scroll down to the bottom. Replace these two. Go back. Refresh. And everything looks good except for the nav bar. So what we got to do here is right here where it says float MD left. Left is now start, and right is now end. So we save that, refresh, our home page looks good. Same thing with our nav bar here. So if we can close out home.ejs, if we go to partials, we go to nav bar, and so ML auto should be MS auto, because left is start and then right, or yeah, left is start and then right is end. So if you're doing MS auto for margin start. So we save it, come back over here, refresh, and now our nav link's back over here. The only other issue that we've got is the alert for right here. So if we close out our nav bar, if we go to flash messages, and all we need to do here is get rid of the two spans, and then on data dismiss, I believe it is data dash BS. data-bs. We'll save that. We'll come back over here. We'll refresh. I'm going to log in real quick. Okay. What I forgot to put in was right here. So it's btn close and btn close. Save that. If we come back over here, refresh, if we log out, there we go. Now our buttons are over here. Click on it. It still works. Alright, next we are going to go to our index page. So under campgrounds index, at the container right here, just to give it a little bit of margin at the top to get it away from the map box, add a little bit of margin to the top of that. And if we go here and look at this, it just kind of pushes that down just a little bit to get it off of that. So the index page and the home page now look good. If we go here, this no longer works. The images will still automatically slide over, but this is no longer working. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the show page, and right here where it creates the previous and the next, we can go ahead and delete both of those. And just for the sake of saving time, I'm going to paste in what I've already done. Fix this real quick. Now just pause it real quick, type these in, and then we'll move on. These work. Now something I've noticed, if you have different size images, it's going to push the container up and down. So what you can do, if that bothers you, is you can actually go into the public and app CSS, and here you can do dot carousel item, and you can do width at 100%, and then you can set a height to something like 400 pixels, and then set overflow to hidden. And then here we'll do carousel item image, set the width to 100%, the height to 100%, and then do object fit, and we're going to do cover. We'll come back here, we'll refresh, and now your images are at a fixed height. And what the object fit does is it's going to make the picture, if it's smaller than the 400 pixels for height, it's going to expand it, but it's going to kind of cut off the edges and center the picture to where it still looks good, but then you still get even pictures all across. So after that, on the edit page, if we come down here, let me log in first, because that's why it's not showing up. So everything else works. On the edit page, the only thing that's changed is the input for the file. Like I said, the reason why that custom file input no longer works. So what we need to do is we need to go into the edit page, look for the file input right here, grab this label, bring it up here above this, get rid of these two, add that same text, and for the class it's just going to be form label. For the input it's type file. For the class it's called form control, so we can get rid of this right here. Save that. Go back over here. And now we have our images. We still have those. You can still add, edit, delete, and go back. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do here, on the show page, if we go and inspect and we bring this over, it doesn't really look good responsive. So a quick fix for that would be on the show page. So you'll go to your campgrounds and show. We're going to change this to call large 6 and then call 12. And then we're going to come down to this one, do the same thing. And what this will do is anything past the large breakpoint will refresh. It'll kick this down here. So you can still leave a review, you can still do everything. But it just kind of kicks this stuff down that way, even on mobile. So if I take this and go to an iPhone, it still looks okay. Go back to the home page. Home page looks good. Go to campgrounds. Campgrounds look good. Everything looks good here. It now looks good in mobile. You can edit, delete. Everything else still looks the same. Nothing's changed. And guys, that's it. This took a little bit longer, but other than that, now we are updated to the latest version of Bootstrap. Everything still works the same. Campground pages work. We should be good to go. If you guys have any questions, leave me a comment. Let me know. Thanks.